about some of the platforms, and just really talk about how you can maximize your current skills and experience in this gig economy that has boomed in the last year, but has been booming for several years. And then we have another workshop in about 2 weeks that's really gonna dig in further on these platforms. And today you have the Goodwill Career Hub working alongside LaPria Bonner, who is an AFC with Clover Park Technical College. And we are proud to present our Maximizing the Gig Economy workshop. Go to the next slide. So just some important information. Our workshops are always recorded. The recording and the PowerPoint will be emailed out to anybody who registered for our workshop today. And the recordings are always posted on our Goodwill YouTube page, which is linked to here. Your microphone has been muted and will remain so for the duration of the workshop. We have a couple of parts that are interactive, so we'll unmute you during those parts so you can participate. And then at the end, we're going to do questions and answers as time allows, so we'll unmute you there as well. If you have questions during the workshop, please put them in the chat and we will address those at the end of the workshop. And my name, introduce myself, is Heather Little. I am with Goodwill of the Olympics and Rainier region and with the Centers for Strong Families program. You can go back to the last, I think now it's looping. So Goodwill begins each of its workshops with a land acknowledgement because the work that we do in the community that we serve, the places that we live, all are on traditional lands that did not originally belong to us. And we want to acknowledge our past and so that we can go forward with the future and healing. So I'm going to read this Goodwill statement and then we're going to watch a short, powerful video. So Goodwill acknowledges that it serves a region that is located on the traditional lands of many indigenous nations. With this, we respect the long-standing relationships that indigenous nations have to this land, as they are the original caretakers. We acknowledge historical and ongoing injustices that indigenous peoples endure in the United States and accept responsibility as a community-based organization to contribute to correcting mistreatment as well as renewing respectful relationships and promoting the success of indigenous communities through our teaching resources in the communities that we serve. Haley, can you please play our awesome video?
Bear with me while I have technical issues. Here we go. Oh.
Okay. While Haley's getting the video prompted up, I will introduce her. Haley Anderson is one of our employment coaches, and Haley is running our PowerPoint and dealing with all of the fun technical difficulties that come up with each Zoom workshop or meeting that we have participated in. There's always something. So Haley is great.
What we could teach for all parts. A slot still. All the dish to all 2 hard.
It is the land right here that the Puyallup people have lived on since the beginning.
This
right here is where we are in the world, our homelands.
Uyayus chas atiswa tufted atis tu ishachas. Ukachachas tis badadat chas. Och twati halalt atiswa tufted atis boyalapabs.
We work on our ancestral lands. We raise our children who go to school on the land of the Puyallup people.
Ohegwed chas ti shwananam tliti, ohashitab ti pas pasted okweredu.
We acknowledge that the Medicine Creek Treaty was signed for the whites to take our land for their benefit.
Ochashitab chas ati shwananam tliti ati swatwifput chas. Otsuti pas pasted squat lup swatwifput lup.
Land was assigned to our people. The Caucasians said, "This is your land," and they took that land from us too.
Okararitub chas atiswat chas. Odzak atab tis kliti.
Our land was stolen from us. Treaties were broken.
Toch didich chas a atislachel.
But we are still here today.
Hui chasa tu kwelin, chasa tu ish, chasa tu alalos, chasa tu tol shot sidam.
Our people forage for food and materials, we pick berries, we canoe, we practice our traditional ways, and we speak Twelshutsi.
Just as our ancestors did.
Hoya chas.
We are finished.
Thank you, Haley. So that is a super powerful video, and you are gonna, like I said, you're gonna get a copy of this presentation after the workshop's over today. And so in those slides, you'll have the YouTube link right there. Next slide. So we're gonna tell you a quick few minutes about the Goodwill Digital Work Opportunity Center, and then we're going to get into why you are here today, maximizing the gig economy. So Goodwill's best kept secret is that we are a free vocational school, as well as have many community service programs that are open to our community. And through our Digital Work Opportunity Center, that is open to anybody who lives in Washington State. We do have some in-person services that aren't quite open yet, but when they do open, those are available in the Tacoma area and the Longview area. So some of our current vocational offerings are Career Readiness Education and Development Program, CRED for short. That is a short 6-week program, computer basics, resume writing, some just really short-term cool stuff. You get a certificate out of it, gets you some really good basic learning to go out there and get a job and add to your portfolio. We have our Microsoft Azure professional certifications. That course offers Azure, Microsoft 360. There's several certifications to choose from with that course. We have our advanced computer skills course and our GED testing and certification. So that's what we have currently available. Our service programs, we have the Career Hub that's offering this workshop today. They do services, resume writing, job skill services, job search services. We've got the Centers for Strong Families program and Financial Opportunity Center, our Military and Veterans Service program, our Disability Services program, Ticket to Work, Work First, Economic Security for All, and Senior Community Service and Employment programs. So we've got some really good vocational offerings, some really awesome service programs. Everything is free to the community. Next slide, please.
Let me just exit out and make sure that that we turned off the transitions, hopefully, so I can just do it myself.
So to learn more about these programs, you would want to visit our website, goodwillwa.org. If you saw something that that's what I want to do, I want to get into that CRED program. I want to get involved in the Financial Opportunity Center, take a financial education course. I'm a veteran. I need some services. I didn't know Goodwill did that. Anything like that, you can just go straight and register. There is a registration link on our Goodwill website, or you can just pick up your phone and text DWALK register to 56512. If you look at our website and you want more information about certain programs or vocational offerings, go to Career Hub, or not go to Career Hub, email careerhub@goodwillwa.org. And those vocational offerings that we looked at, like I said, those are current. So ongoing, we always have new things pop up. So if nothing interested you today, look at our website later on. You might see something that pops up that you want to take. Go ahead. So the Career Hub offers monthly workshops that like we're having today. Twice a month, we have a workshop, and each month focuses on something else. But they're always focused on building some sort of employment skill, job search, getting you extra income. So we're always trying to put something into your pocket. We've got inspiring, knowledgeable speakers. Registration's always required. You can subscribe to our Career Hub newsletter. I think next slide for this one. And that is going to tell you all about our upcoming workshops. That also lets you know about new vocational offerings, job leads, career navigations, maybe new service programs that we have coming up. So you can subscribe to that through our website, and that comes out every single week. So that's a great way to just have a weekly reminder of what's coming up. All right, so now that's enough about Goodwill. We're going to go into why you're actually here today: maximizing the gig economy, increasing your income using your current skills and experience. So now I'm going to pass it off to LaPria Bonner, an AFC with Clover Park Technical College, who is going to inspire you, tell you a little bit more about the gig economy, what it is, what it means, and the platforms that we are going to overview today. LaPria.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much. Haley, if we can go back to the original slide and take off the transition. So you can just have some little bit of patience with us really quick.
Yes, bear with me.
Click off of it.
I thought I had fixed the transitions, but I have not. It should be good to go now. To that. We'll play it by ear now.
Okay. I'm thinking though it may still transition because it's not saying advance on click. So maybe if we click back out really quick and make sure we have the advance on click, and then it should go. Yay. Okay. That duration though, what's going on with that duration?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. Hit apply all on the so every time you change something on it, you have to click to apply all. Okay, so let's hope that this works. Okay. All right. So my name is LaPria Bonner. I'm an accredited financial counselor. I currently work at Clover Park Technical College. My job at the college is to work with students inside of workforce development to help them understand how to navigate their personal finance. And I do that through a tiered approach. We typically start at the bottom where we're talking about the FICO score and credit reports. We go up into budgeting, making sure that you understand that budgeting is the first step to financial success. And then we go into securing what you have to make sure that what you have, the money that you have that we consider liquid, is protected through insurance. And hopefully we get you to that top tier where we're actually talking about increasing revenue through passive income or multiple income streams, as well as investing in the stock market. So I'm super excited to talk about the gig economy. I think we're all pretty aware of kind of what it is, even if it's on the peripheral, but I'm super excited because this is a part of what we talk about when we're talking about creating an additional income stream. So with the gig economy, this is for people who want to be their own boss, people who want to make their own hours. The gig economy pushes traditional employment expectations higher and further and makes room for the flow of ideas to come from many resources to achieve a common goal. The gig economy allows employers to keep costs low and ideas fresh by contracting tasks to freelancers. This allows freelancers and gig workers more ownership of their time and skills. So there are some similarities with being a gig economist and a freelancer, but there are some things that actually are not interchangeable. So as a freelancer in the gig economy, you determine how your skills and abilities are marketed. With the gigs in the app actually sets the price of the service that you will provide, whereas in freelance, you set the value of your service or skill. And then in freelances and gigs, you determine your hours of availability. So no more W-4s, you get paid as an independent contractor. Therefore, you pay your own taxes. The best part of working in the gig economy as a freelancer is that employers now become clients. Employers now become clients. How refreshing is that for somebody who wants to get rid of the chains of actually being an employee? So freedom, freedom, freedom. Next. So today we are going to highlight 5 platforms. There are several and many more coming, but we'd obviously run out of a lot of time, but these are the ones that we believe that our viewers will get the most out of today. So today we'll talk about Uber Eats, we'll talk about Lyft and Uber, we'll talk about Upwork, Winolo, and Fiverr. And so I'm going to give you a brief snapshot of these, and then they will be highlighted later on in the actual webinar. But first, let's talk about Uber and Lyft. I'm sure by now everyone has at least heard of Uber and Lyft. These competing rideshare companies were unveiled to the public almost simultaneously, opening new opportunities for commuters. The concepts are quite simple. The user and the freelancer download complementing apps. The freelancer enters identifying banking, vehicle, and background information for verification. The user enters payment and location information in the app to summon a ride or now food delivery. When the freelancers switch the app on and signals that they are ready to receive rides and orders, they are given a choice of which ride or order they are willing to accept for payment. Once the ride or delivery has been completed, the freelancer receives an agreed amount for the service. Next. Upwork. American founded in 1998, Elance Odesk officially rebranded as Upwork in 2015. It is an online marketplace that allows registered users to find, hire, collaborate with remote workers all over the world. With Upwork, the freelancer creates a profile describing their skills and experience, as well as the fee they will charge, and publish it to the site. A company can create their Upwork profile of their organization that allows possible freelancers to see the companies they're likely to work with. A company seeking to hire a freelancer posts a job for any Upwork freelancer to apply. The company then selects and interviews interested freelancers and chooses the right person for the task. Next. Winolo. Founded in 2013, this California-based company connects employers with workers. Much like gig apps like Uber and Lyft, Winolo allows employers to post profiles of temporary, short-term, and permanent positions needing to be filled. The gig worker simply downloads the app, creates a profile that includes previous employment information. There's a background check that is run, and the worker is pinged with jobs available in their area that they can review. This allows them to make sure that this particular gig actually jives with their schedule and their pay needs. Once the job is completed, the worker is paid and can be rated by the employer in the app for future viewing. Next. Fiverr, our last one. Love this one. The Israeli online marketplace was founded by Mika Kaufman and Shai Winiger in 2010. Currently among the top 100 most popular sites in the US, this gig economy juggernaut paid freelancers $1 billion in 2020. This platform is more simplistic in its approach to connecting what it calls doers to giggers, right? Anyone needing services simply creates a profile and searches for a freelancer who they believe can fill the need. The freelancer creates a gig that visually demonstrates the service that they can provide. They create tier packages to sell to customers, and interested doers select and pay for the service. Once the gig is complete, the freelancer is paid, and the doer is asked to rate the freelancer and can also provide a tip. So we are going to spend the next 40 minutes talking about each one of these in a little more depth, and obviously we'll go into more on the 23rd, but I'm going to pass it off to Heather. Thank you.
So, hi. I don't think you're actually passing it off to me, but thank you, LaPria. I think we are passing it off to Mandy Thompson Tobin.
My apologies, Mandy.
It's okay. Thank you so much, LaPria, for giving us that overview of what we're going to be going in today. And I'm really excited to have you with us and doing this presentation. So what I'm going to be talking about is Upwork. Upwork is a freelance site for professionals with different skill sets. And they take their careers global and work independently. So for example, Upwork's professional careers that are on there are, informational technologists, photographers, accountants, and even artists. All of them use this platform to expand their earning potential. With Upwork, you can have the opportunity to gain business far outside your local area. Just like LaPria said before, you can the company can seek the freelancer or the freelancer can seek the company. Of course, with Upworks, there is a fee that is applied, so you want to make sure that you look over that and check into that when you start. Haley will be going into more depths about the potential earnings that you could have with your different skills later on in the presentation. Here is a video from Upwork on the testimonial of Upwork and a testimonial from an Upwork user.
Work is no longer a place we go. It's a thing we do together, from any place, at any time. Upwork is the world's work marketplace, where talented companies connect with independent talent, building the relationships that move work forward. Where opportunity meets ambition, where we don't just take jobs, we build our careers. Where we don't ask how, but who. Whether you're a Fortune 500 company, a scrappy startup, or an army of one, the world's work marketplace is where a global on-demand workforce helps both businesses and talent scale upwards. There's only one way to go. When you make an impact, when you find your freedom, when you make the impossible possible.
Hey, everyone.
Hey! This is so good. They're gonna be blown away. Upwork, the world's work marketplace.
I've I've worked with several large technology and digital education companies doing various forms of analytics, technical writing. It's been an excellent experience. Upwork has immensely supported my success. My daughter being able to see me run my own business and also take care of her, I think as a woman, because I have these multiple responsibilities, it demonstrates to her that she too can be a business owner. She is excited to go to my office. She loves being there. She loves to see what I'm doing on a daily basis. So it's definitely allowed me to be in her life more and then be in her life as a role model of a woman-owned business. So yeah, freelancing's for me, definitely.
Thank you, Haley. I'm going to pass it back to LaPria for Fiverr, which is another freelance site.
Okay, thank you so much for that video on Upwork. It's one of my favorites, and you'll be able to see as we go into talking about Fiverr through these videos. You'll be able to see the stark differences between the two companies, even though they are both freelancing agencies. You'll be able to see like their actual target market for who they're reaching out to. So let's go ahead and have a look at one of the testimonials for someone who is freelancing through Fiverr.
I am what I call a WordPress consultant because I do so much, but I help people with their WordPress websites. For the most part, I want to empower people to use their websites because things that you use, you will love. If I build something for you, I want you to use it. I was laid off from my job. And so I was like, what do I do to make money? I went to all these websites. I signed up for profiles, uploaded my portfolio. And within a couple of hours, I got a notification on Fiverr from someone asking me about WordPress work. And I swear to you, I haven't stopped since. I think when people are looking for people to hire, I mean, it's one thing to be qualified. They also want you to be likable. They also want you to be someone that they can reach out to and talk to. And I think one thing that Fiverr creates is that comfortableness that I am dealing with another person who cares about my project, and it's more collaborative. I think it allows you to explore your own entrepreneurial spirit. It also teaches you how to be your own boss, how to manage your own time. I think that people need to try to find opportunities for themselves, and I think Fiverr does that. When I first started Fiverr, I really didn't know when to stop working. I was pregnant, and so I was working from home, so I didn't have to take any time off. The day I had my son, I was bored for the rest of the day because he slept. So I did a website, and I delivered him that night. So I had like 2 deliveries in one day. Balancing Fiverr in my life, I'm able to kind of break outside of that traditional 9 to 5 and have my life and focus on my children and be close to when they need me and still be able to make money. And I mean, as a mother, like that's the best thing you can hope for, to be able to work from home and on your own time and still be able to be there for your kids and not have somebody else raise your kids. Like it's an amazing experience.
Awesome. Thank you. So like I said just a second ago, you can see, if you can't see, you will be able to see not only the differences between the platform that Upwork has and the platform of Fiverr, but you'll also be able to see the stark differences between a gig economist and a freelancer. As I hope you were able to see a change in circumstances, particularly for this woman and a lot of us. COVID-19 happened, and for a lot of people, life stopped. Life didn't just stop. There was illnesses, there were deaths, obviously, but there were massive unemployment, right? So as you can see with this woman, that a change in circumstances doesn't necessarily have to mean disaster. It can simply mean a new beginning, a better beginning. By presenting this webinar on the gig economy, we want you to see not only what's available, but what's possible. We want you to begin to see you can absolutely go after it and get it. We hope you are motivated. We want to motivate you. We want you hyped about what could be, but more than anything, we want to help you take those first steps to be exactly who you believe you can. Next up is going to be Haley Anderson, who's going to highlight Winolo, which is one of our gig apps. Haley.
Awesome. Thank you, LaPria. So not sure if you all have known about Winolo. It's something that was new to me that I learned. So just a little bit about it. Winolo is an on-demand staffing platform with temporary to permanent jobs that connects job seekers and businesses looking to fulfill their labor needs. All you have to do, as the step shows on the screen, just download the app. You don't even need a resume. You just fill out a few brief questions to get started. You can change jobs as often as you like, pick a different industry each day if you choose, and then also you get paid 1 to 3 days after working. The more jobs you complete, the more opportunities that'll be open to you. And in addition, on the Winolo app, you can also earn badges or use Winolo U for professional development skills. Each job will give you an employee rating, which can help you unlock new jobs. And if you check out the screenshot on the page, this will just show you what the app actually looks like when you're browsing for jobs. So you can do searching by distance, start time, hourly pay, and so forth. And then signing up for job notifications is certainly important because there's always new opportunities constantly appearing. Each company will have different rules for background checks. There could possibly be 2 different checks done depending on the company. One about eligibility to work legally in the US and the other a criminal background check. Any delivery or driving jobs are a little bit harder to obtain if you have a criminal background for insurance purposes. And other jobs will most likely only be tracking for felonies if they're looking on a background report. Winolo procures a certain amount of jobs with companies for people who do not fulfill either test and still allow you to gain employment. That program is called Path Forward. And for tax purposes, Winoloers traditionally start off receiving a 1099 for their income as an independent contractor. And if you're hired onto full-time employment with that company or Winolo, then you would be transitioning to a W-2 for tax purposes. So now we are going to go ahead and watch this first video, which is going to be just an introduction and maybe what your day might look like as an employee with Winolo.
My name is Kendra and I'm a Winoloer. Winolo is great for me because I'm still in school, so I can use the app to find and accept jobs when I'm not in class or studying. First, I accept the job using the app and then show up before my scheduled start time. I check in with the manager on duty, that's Alex. Today, I'm working at Whiplash, which is a fulfillment center in South San Francisco. Some companies like Whiplash show me a video when I start, which makes me feel more comfortable with my new job. After the video, Alex assigns me to a job for the day. Sometimes I get a list of items to pick from the floor, which I then sort before giving to the shippers. Other times, I'm labeling products for packaging or assembling kits from individual pieces. I tell the manager when I'm going on break and make sure to be back on time. Some companies even offer full-time jobs to Winoloers if they feel like it's a good fit. I've met a lot of great people through Winolo. Everyone here at Whiplash has been very friendly and has made me feel comfortable doing fulfillment work. Thanks, Winolo.
And this next video is about a success story from one of the Winoloers.
My name is Juanita Hunt. I am from Chicago, Illinois. I am a mother of 3. I found the Winolo app through a friend, told me it was a great app to try. The first job that I did accept was with Great America. I loved it. The staff was very friendly, and I enjoy accepting jobs on the Winolo app due to the freedom that it gives me with the times and days that I get to choose where I want to work. Right now, I am starting a smoothie brand. I got into making the smoothies. My mom was sick. I started making smoothies, trying to help her health-wise. With that, I started just seeing what would be healthy for her and for everyone. Winolo also has connected me with a few people that have been interested in what I do with my smoothie line. One day, I would love to be a business owner so that I can stay a part of the Winolo app, just on the other side, me being the one who accepts people.
And now, after presenting Winolo, I would like to transition into Heather Little, continuing our conversation about other gig opportunities.
Thank you, Haley. So I'm going to talk a little bit on Uber and Lyft, another gig opportunity like Winolo. Both Fiverr and Upwork are more of freelancer opportunities. These are more of those gig opportunities, but all allow you that freedom of setting your own schedule and choosing when and how you get paid. So we're going to have a little fun at the beginning here. At the bottom of your screen, you're going to see a little button that says reactions. So if you like to drive, I want you to give me a reaction, whichever one you like. Thumbs up, clapping hands, party, whatever. So, oh, we got a lot of reactions. All right, get you moving a little bit, even if it's just moving your fingers. That's great. I love the surprised reaction. Driving. So with platforms like Uber or Lyft, you get to set your own schedule. You get to drive when you want, where you want, and how you want. The money that you make driving with any of these platforms, though, does depend on when, where, and how often that you drive. These platforms do charge fees, but you get to keep 100% of your tips, and you get to choose how often you are paid. If you do drive your own car, both Uber and Lyft platforms have special programs that will get you discounts on insurance, discounts on car repairs, and even basic maintenance packages. And then if you are not a person that wants anybody in your car, you don't want riders in your car, you also have the option to be a food delivery driver instead. There's Uber Eats, and there's also programs like Instacart. With Uber Eats, you don't even need a car. You can sign up to deliver by scooter, or if you're in an urban area, you're near a lot of people, near a lot of restaurants, you can even sign up to deliver on bicycle or on foot. So there's other options, even if you don't have a vehicle with Uber Eats. And then Instacart, you don't see mentioned here, but this is a service that allows you to earn extra money shopping, grocery shopping for other people. So you go to the grocery store, and just like normal, except for you are getting paid to shop for somebody else. They've already picked out all of their groceries. They've already paid for all their groceries. So there's no money out of your pocket. You just do the grocery shopping, do the checkout, and deliver those groceries to the person's home. So if you like driving, or you just want to make a little extra money on the side, some people do Uber or Lyft as full-time work, so that is an option. Then you can do that, and there's all sorts of benefits that both Uber and Lyft offer. So we're going to go to the next slide, and we're going to watch a short video on why some people have chosen to drive for platforms like Uber and Lyft.
My wife said, if you don't get out of the house and do something, I'm going to kill you. I'm using my earnings to learn how to fly an airplane, to pursue my dreams as an actor.
And also because I just like talking to people.
Why sit behind a computer when you could be behind the wheel?
Woo!
I enjoy helping people who have made the choice to not drink and drive.
Wouldn't it be cool if one day I was famous and they'd be like, that was my Lyft driver?
I want to raise money for a new ring so I can propose to my fiance, soon-to-be fiance.
To have boys, they're always eating.
So that we can finally afford surgery in his left eye to help him see better.
I drive for Lyft so I can give my kids allowance.
Hi.
Recently, I was able to put down a down payment for my graduate program. So exciting.
After years of retirement, Lyft puts me back in the game.
And I absolutely love it, baby. High five to myself.
Because I'm saving up for a cupcake truck. I have the best cupcakes in Atlanta.
So you can see from that video, there are many reasons why people choose to drive as their full-time job, or as a way to just make some extra money, or just to get out of the house. And it's people of all ages and all sorts of backgrounds. So it's a great gig for all sorts of people. So this next slide just shows the websites for Uber, Lyft, and Instacart that we mentioned. So you can check out their websites for details on their programs, fees they might have, requirements, or to sign up. And we couldn't show you all the videos, but there was a couple of other really cool videos that could inspire you, that tell you about some extra programs that Uber in particular has for their drivers for rewards. So you can gain some inspiration and watch those extra videos. So now I'm going to pass the ball again. You're going to hear us all talk a little bit here and there. I'm going to pass it back on over to Haley Anderson and LaPria Bonner, who are going to show you the My Next Move website to get you some ideas on relatable skills and what you're worth out there in the freelancing world. LaPria and Haley.
All right.
Thank you. Bear with me. We are gonna go live. I can bring the website up. There we are.
All right. So I feel fairly confident that most of us, especially us who are actual providers, whether we're employment providers or resource providers or financial counselors, have heard of this site before. If you haven't, welcome to My Next Move. For those of you who are looking for employment, this site is powered by ONET, which is powered by the BLS, which is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. We typically go to this site to kind of narrow down or hone in on what a client or maybe you are looking for career-wise. So for me, when I'm using it at Clover Park, I'm speaking to students who are already in programs. So these are students who have decided, I want to be in cosmetology, or I want to be in IT or cybersecurity, or whatever the program is that they're in. And when we're looking at My Next Move, you can see that there's 3 different areas that a person could actually go into. One is simply putting in the search words, right? So you already know what the industry is that you're looking for, or the actual term that you're going to be looking for. The next one is, I'll know when I see it. So you want to browse different careers in different industries to make sure that you are saying that you want to seek the right industry that you're looking for. And the next one is, I'm not really sure. I have no idea. I know I want to do something, but can you help me navigate this thing? So what this particular part actually lets you do, it's a questionnaire that's kind of like a survey, and you walk through it and tell all about your skills and abilities, education. It starts to populate different industries that they believe that you might be interested in. So this is a very powerful tool, and I use this to help people understand what's going to be needed for them to actually live in Washington State. So yes, yay, you're in cosmetology, it's a beautiful industry, everybody needs it, but how much money can you actually make doing it? And if you can't make enough to actually assure that you are paying for your living expenses in Pierce County or Washington State. Let's talk about how do we supplement that income with additional credentials. So let's look at one industry. We're just going to take, so how are we going to use My Next Move when we're talking about the gig economy? Haley?
Awesome. Do we want to have anyone from the crowd suggest any examples that we would like to search within the keywords? If you want to put
Yes,
that in the chat,
please.
we'd love to.
My apologies. I think when I allowed people to unmute, I muted you all. So Haley and LaPria, you got muted.
Yeah, if anyone, LaPria, is there anything in the chat that we should explore with the group?
I muted you, LaPria. I'm so sorry. You have to unmute yourself.
Heather, honey. Okay. Okay. So I'm seeing Baker. Let's look at Baker.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so as you can see, we put in the actual employment industry of Baker. So when we're looking at it through My Next Move, what My Next Move will do is populate different job titles that fall underneath a specific name that you put in. So we see here, I'm thinking we're looking at possibly 20 different titles under Baker. So we see cooks, institution and cafeteria, food batch workers, food and tobacco roasting, baking and drying machine operators and tenders, foundry mold and core makers, food science technicians. Like, who knew this was all under the term Baker? So Haley, just choose one and let's go in and see what it looks like.
All right. What are you feeling? Should we just go Bakers or go a little more exploratory?
You explore.
All right, we're gonna do chefs and head cooks.
All right. Okay, so now once you click on whichever title that you want to explore, it's actually going to show you 5 different things. It's going to show you the knowledge, skills, abilities, personality, and technology. And then, of course, as you start to scroll down, it will actually show you what education is required, what the job outlook is like, and how you can explore more regarding this thing. So let's scroll back up just a little bit, because I want to make sure that I'm connecting why are we using My Next Move when we're talking about being a freelancer? So sometimes when you are thinking that you want to be a certain thing, a lot of times you won't necessarily be able to connect what skills will actually transfer into you becoming a freelancer. So let's just peruse what it says here. So knowledge, manufacture and agricultural goods, food production, manufacture, distribution of products, customer service, management, teaching and course design, arithmetic, algebra, geometry, calculus, and statistics. So let's just hone in on this knowledge portion. So how do we make it happen? So Haley, bring up Upwork for us and let's see how, because you can't honestly be a baker, right? And go to Upwork or Fiverr and offer your baking services. Both of these platforms are, even though one is American-based and one is Israeli-based, they service people throughout the world. So you can't necessarily make cupcakes for somebody over in Israel, right? Or in Iran, and we're here in Washington State. So how do we transfer those skills? So this site, so the one that Mandy highlighted earlier is Upwork. So Upwork, again, is for busy professionals who want to be freelancers. How can you, as a baker, transfer those skills that you have as a baker into transferable skills for Upwork? So we saw in under Baker, we saw that there was a customer service element. We saw that there was a management element. We saw that you needed to know math. You needed to know calculus and statistics, geometry. So we are going to take one or two of those and just kind of search and see what's happening in Upwork. So let's look first for customer service. Let's see what they have. Okay. So as you can see, and you'll be able to see the differences because I do want us to check out Fiverr too. We'll do a quick one of Fiverr too. So Maureen is a customer service management and consulting customer service relations expert out of California. She is charging $40 an hour, right? And she gives you a little synopsis. My goals are to bring my management and customer service and general office skills to a company that values my experience and welcomes a more virtual team. It values a more virtual team of employees. Thank you. Okay, so far she has 100% job success. Fabulous. But look at what's happening right in the center. Haley, can you hover over what she's earned? She's earned $300,000. She's her own employee. I'm sorry, her own boss. And she's earned $300,000, charging $40 an hour. And all we did was type in customer service. Let's scroll down just a little more. So, and you can see Samantha, rockstar customer service consultant manager, charging $32 an hour. She's earned $100K and she has 100% job success. And then you have Melissa P from PA. She's charging $15 an hour. I think maybe she's undervaluing herself there, but she's at 4,000 so far earned, right? So all we did was look at my next move. We honed in on that thing that you have the skill for, and we watched exactly what was necessary in there. We took the skills that you already have. You already have these skills. If you are a baker, you already have these skills. So we just took those skills, transferred them into Upwork so far to see exactly what your earning potential could possibly be. So let's do the same thing for Fiverr really quick, Haley.
All right. Just this little thing is in my way. There we go. All right.
Okay.
Service again?
Yes, let's say customer service again. All right. So as you can see, if just looking at Upwork and now looking over at Fiverr, you can see the difference, right? You can see the type of gig workers they're looking for, freelancers they're looking for, as well as the type of people who are actually looking for employees. So when you're, I'm sorry, freelancers, when you're looking at Upwork, you see more of a buttoned up, right? So they're more buttoned up, they're more polished. This is what I do. This is how I feel about it. This is a very relaxed zone, right? But they are making money. Remember I said this is a juggernaut. They paid $1 billion to their gig workers in 2020 alone. So it's pretty impressive. So the first one we see, I will provide a Shopify virtual assistance and customer service. So scroll up just a little bit so that we can see their full gig. Okay, so customer service, they give us this little thing. So remember I said, when you go on Fiverr, it's gonna be more visual. So you are going to visually represent what you can do for the person who is looking for the job that you can perform. So let's click into Devon 9895's profile and let's see his gig. So in his gig, he's only offering one. Oh, can we not do that? Are they making us? Are they making us? Okay, yeah, okay. So as you can see with Devon, he says, look, I have one thing. Typically when you go into Fiverr, you're going to create a three-tiered gig. So one is basic, one is intermediate, and one is kind of like the super packet. For Devon, he's decided, I'm only doing basic. I do one thing for you. And so far, you can see he's a level 2 seller. He has 5 stars. And so far he has 171 reviews. Let's scroll down just a little bit so we can see what's going on. He has 2 orders in his queue. I have great experience in customer service and support for more than 5 years. I'm confident in resolving customer issues in a professional way via calls, email, and chat supports. Like, he's spelling out what exactly he can do. And then he lists his experience with eBay, Amazon, Shopify. And he says, and I can further assist you with refunds and exchanges. Like, who's happy about a refund or exchange if it didn't work, right? So we wanted to make sure that you can see the differences between the two platforms. So of course, we know exactly what's happening with our low-hanging fruit, which is going to be Lyft and Uber Eats. But let's talk about you and who you are and what you can actually bring, the things that already reside in you to help you make more money. Okay.
Awesome. Should we get back to our presentation now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
All right, so how far can you go with your skills? How far can you actually go with your skills? Let's think about what could stop you. What would stop you from reaching this goal? You're motivated, right? We're 55 minutes into this and you're like, yes, I can do this. People are making money off of this, but there's something that's internal sometimes that stops us. And so I want us to remember, in all that we're doing, please shoot your shot. Go ahead.
Following your dreams is a lonely, solitary, scary, dangerous pursuit. You can't wait for somebody to think you can do it. And it's like because they don't think you can do nothing they can't do.
Exactly, bingo.
Right? You know what I mean? It's like it's a lonely, scary, dangerous pursuit, and you got to be willing to risk everything to become that seed of what you believe is in there. You got to be fearless. You got to be relentless. Everybody has dreams, and as much as you want to be able to listen a little bit, because somebody's going to give you a gem, but nobody knows but you. You can't get advice on what you should do with your life, right? Nobody knows what you are. Like even sometimes you don't really even know what you are. You got to take your shot. And it's like, as much as you want people to agree and you want the people around you to be supporting your dreams and all, it's not going to be like that all the time. You got to do it alone. And people will help you, and when you get the ball rolling, people will jump on. But if you don't believe, nobody else is going to believe. People come along because your belief is so insane, that your belief is so strong that makes people be like, yo, this crazy asshole. Grow or die was the basic central premise that we were working with. That if you don't grow, you will perish. There's one relationship that you have to maintain, and that's the one with you. Right? And it's like, if you're not loving you, if you're not taking care of you, everything and everybody is second to you taking care of you. First and foremost, when you are steady and calm in yourself, it makes it easier to manage the insanity that other people are going to bring to you.
Yay, yay, happy, happy, happy. I love that video. I love that video. It's one that I watch regularly between him and Denzel. I'm like, whoo, fired up. Okay, so I hope that you guys were able to glean some of what this whole gig economy thing is, and what it could actually be for you. And hopes that we see you on the 23rd. Heather, can you tell us what's happening on the 23rd?
Yes, I can. So like LaPria said, I hope you were inspired today. You got a quick snapshot of what the gig economy is, some great platforms, but on the 23rd, Wednesday, 1 p.m., same Zoom registration link, we are going to do a deep dive into Upwork and Fiverr, looking at what makes a good profile. So we're going to be creating a profile. We're going to be putting in a good headshot, a good snapshot, your work description. So we saw when Haley navigated to Upwork, we saw the headshot, we saw the short description, knowing your worth, that how much you're charging. And that was just a quick snippet. So those descriptions, those headshots, they have to be powerful to get somebody's attention. If you've got a whole paragraph, that's not going to work. People are looking through hundreds, and so you want to catch that eye right away. So we're going to do that deep dive on the 23rd. We're also going to talk about tax implications, because when you are your own boss, you're your own employer, you are looking at doing your taxes a little bit different than the average Joe that works for an employer and gets a W-2. So we're going to go over that a little bit so you understand what you're going into. And we have a little homework for you as well, so that you can interact more on the 23rd. So if you don't do your homework, that's fine. You're still going to get something out of it, but we hope you do this homework, because then you're going to get to create your profile alongside us. You're going to be able to ask questions, and you're just going to be able to get more out of it. So if you come prepared with a headshot, you list out your skills, maybe you explore my next move, and you get some of those relatable skills, some of those keywords, what you're going to be wanting to do as freelancer work, what problems can you solve for employers, and then a quick profile description too. If you're stuck on a couple of profile descriptions, come prepared with a couple of profile descriptions and get some advice. And the Goodwill Centers for Strong Families Career Hub program that's presenting to you today, the Clover Park program with LaPria, the accredited financial coach. Those are programs that you can possibly participate in and be eligible for. So after this, these workshops, you might be able to get some extra help, some extra advice. So that's what we're going to be doing on the 23rd. We hope you were inspired today. We hope that the quick snapshots that you got today got you motivated to join us on the 23rd. We're about 2 minutes over our ending time right now, but we're going to still take some time to answer any questions that anybody has. You can take yourself off of mute, or you can put your question into the chat, and we'll take a couple of minutes to answer those if anybody has any. And Haley, I'm going to let you allow people to unmute, because I did not successfully do that when I tried last time. So
Everyone should be able to come off mute now if they would.
Okay. All right. So if we have any questions, we'll wait a couple of minutes, and then we'll let you off. If you don't have any questions, you can exit out now. And again, everybody will get a copy of this presentation and recording.
All right, again, thank you guys so much for coming. We so look forward to seeing you again on the 23rd, but we actually get into the meat of it, right? So this part was the hype session. When we come back on the 23rd, we are doing the work. We are doing the work. So if you know anyone who is looking to be a freelancer, who is serious about, look, I want to be my own boss, or on the fence about it, somebody who maybe doesn't feel completely good about themselves, even if we have to just be the hype person to get that person to go ahead and complete the profile. That is what we are here to do. So we look forward to seeing you guys on the 23rd. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye all. Great day.
Bye, everybody. This is fantastic. I'm really hyped.
You guys.
Yay.
I'm Christina.
Cupcakes. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Mandy.